Hello and welcome to the In the Money Media video preview for the Florida Derby. PTF and JK back with you. What an interesting version of the Florida Derby this is. Sort of four big horses knocking heads. Jonathan, I want to start off as usual. We'll get to our picks at the end of the video, but I want to start off the video talking to you about Commandment. I was interested. It seemed like any of three could be the morning line favorite in this race. He was not chosen to be there. But what do you think about his chance in the Florida Derby?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have a hard time ignoring the triple-digit buyers from Chief Wallabee and Commandment. Commandment with a 101 and that win, recency in the Fountain of Youth. And that goes a long way. So I think that those two will be one of the favorites, and most likely it'll be Commandment who was able to get the job done. I think Chief Wallabee will take a lot of attention and be that second choice, with Nearly coming in as the third choice.
And what about Commandment's chance in the race? How serious of a contender is he for you? I mean, is he one who's going to be on your tickets?
Well, I think there's two conversations, right? It's like, who am I going to bet to win and who am I going to use in multi-race wagers? This is the type of race that I want to be alive to all three of the top horses. There might be one that I might press a little bit more, who I find is my final choice, but I've got no holes to poke in the three top horses in here. I would have to try to find my value earlier in the sequence of the pick five. I need all three of them.
A question that I think will come up about this race is Erod Ortiz Jr. ending up in Arkansas rather than here on Commandment. You made a point in another video, I'll let you make it again here, that might not be as significant as some players make it out to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would look at it as a business decision. Irad rides first call for Todd Pletcher and for Mike Rapoli. Mike Rapoli has a lot of horses that run in a lot of big races. Todd has a lot of horses that run in a lot of big races. Not that Brad Cox doesn't. But I do think that because of the relationship he has with the Rapoli stable, it was probably a decision to stick with a horse like Renegade.
So no negative there, but not going to end up being either of our top picks. When you talked about this race, you talked about it as a big three. I assume that means that the Puma is the one that you are leaving on the outside looking in. I was impressed with that Tampa Bay Derby run. Thought it had plenty of merit coming from off the pace and finishing up well enough on the clock. Breeding-wise, I think you could make a case this runner's supposed to continue to get better. I don't know what price he's going to be in the end, but I'm definitely a little bit interested, at least for exotics with this horse, if he's going to be something on the order of 6-1. Make the case against Puma that I'm guessing you're going to want to make.
Yeah, so the Puma ran at 89 last time. Nearly's run almost 10 points faster. Commandment has run 10 points faster, and so has Chief Wallabee. All three of them have to not show up, in my opinion, for the Puma to win. 1, 2, or all three of them are likely to show up. I just don't see how the Puma can fit himself into this equation.
The horse that I'm going to go ahead and pick in this race, I'll ask you your opinion about next. That's Chief Wallabee. This is a horse I've been so impressed with both starts. I was almost subtly lobbying to get him on our Derby top 10 list. We had him as an honorable mention before that stakes debut. And then I just thought last time watching him run that he would not be losing to Commandment again. Now, I understand there's ways of reading those trips, and my original read of the race was that Commandment was getting tired, and that's why he was drifting out. I think there is also a case to be made that he was just green, the way that Erad got after him again after the wire, and then he ended up like finishing up really well, and the gallop out did Commandment. But still, given the trips in race, and given the fact that Chief Wallabee is so unexposed, I just feel like he has to improve, and he's going to be my pick in the Florida Derby. Well, before we get to your pick, what do you think of my pick?
Like I said, I like all three of them. I got no problem, and I can understand the Chief Wallabee thing. For me, when a horse outruns my bad opinion, and outruns a trainer's typical expectation, they really garner a lot of my respect. You know, Bill Mott's not one of those win first out, go into a stake and have a winning run. He's more progressive with his types. That means Chief Wallabee took him there. I didn't like Chief Wallabee last time. I like to think that I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't. So when a horse does better than I think he's going to do, there's another bonus for me too. Look, he's going the right direction. He's one that could be a very viable option come the first Saturday in May, and he might be one the last Saturday in March. He is a talented horse that I will not be shocked even a little bit if he takes another step forward and wins.
This video brought to you by our friends at twinspires.com and Twinspires Tournaments. Go to twinspires.com and click on that tournament tab to see all the action they've got coming up this Saturday. The big one for them, Arkansas Derby. If you're interested in our thoughts on that one, make sure you click on that video as well. Of course, the best thing to do is just subscribe to the In the Money Media YouTube channel. Then you get all our YouTube exclusive content. Like and subscribe, do all those good things, and leave us a comment too. We want to know who your pick is in this year's Florida Derby. JK, give us the case for nearly.
I mean, I think part of it is the price. If I like these three horses, I'm going to take the one that's got the longest price. I do believe the two triple-digit buyers for Chief Wallabee and for Commandment. I believe the recency of the Fountain of Youth. Those two things should propel them into being favored. I wouldn't be shocked if someone got overly excited and nearly took a lot of attention and became a really buzzy horse because of the price, and he ended up being favored. But I think he'll still be a square price no matter what. I also like where he drew. I think that helps quite a bit to kind of get that typical Todd Pletcher on the dirt stalking trip. And I just think he's got an opportunity to take a step forward. He ran a 98 weeks before these other horses ran triple-digit buyers. Why can't he take another step forward? And I think he might. Nearly will be my top pick in the Florida Derby.
I nearly picked nearly. You make that point about the good time figure there. That was also against the flow. He was fast. He was close to a fast pace there. He'd shown in his other races that he can close. He's got a lot of attributes. I'm just sticking with my guns on Chief Wallabee. But as far as nearly goes, Pletcher has won this race 8 times, 6 of them with John Velasquez. This makes it a good chance for those numbers to increase to 9 and 7. That's all we have on the Florida Derby. Thanks once again to JK. Thanks to our friends over at twinspires.com. Go to twinspires.com today and check out their full menu of tournament options. Once again, that URL, twinspires.com.